Hey guys, I got a bit of a different project going on now. This is a 1983 Porsche 944. This was somebody else's project, so it came with some goodies like these new Sparco seats, new door panels in that box. The interior's already been gutted, and there are definitely going to be some electrical problems to deal with. Dash is in pretty rough shape. I've got a ton of parts over here. So they're the factory bucket seats, factory wheels and tires, which I think I'm probably going to put back on. Somebody put some more modern Porsche rims on it. Boxes and boxes of parts, bearings, fans. I don't even know what's all in there. Car cover. I already went ahead and ordered a sensor that I know is a common problem on these things. So yeah, this is an interesting one because I actually was told it was not running, and I came out and looked at it, and while I was looking at it, I was looking at the location of that sensor that I know goes bad. I don't know much about 944s, but I've always wanted one, so I started doing my own research, and it's a crankshaft sensor that lives down in there. You probably can't see it with the lighting, but you can see, I don't know what that goes to. That's unplugged, but I just started messing around. I checked this connection here because that's the sensor that I know goes bad. And I asked if I could turn the engine over to see if I could hear any engine noise, and it fired right up. Actually idled pretty decent, and the seller immediately said that this changes things, and so she said she needed some time to think about it. About a week went by, and she contacted me again and offered it to me for my my offer price. So it still ran, and I ended up driving it up onto a trailer, and yeah, brought it home, drove it off the trailer, put it in the garage, and it's gonna be time to start cleaning it up. In what is hopefully not a sign of things to come, the 944 wouldn't start, so drove onto the trailer, drove off to the trailer and into the garage, and then once it was in the garage it wouldn't fire up, but wheeled it out by hand, and I'm going to start doing some cleanup on the interior. Get a little before. Also going to try to get the hatch open. The damage in the rear prevents it from opening. Let's see what's in the glove box. Bunch of relays. Switch of some type. At least all the factory gauges are there. Don't know if they work. Well, that sucks. Rear end body damage is way worse than I thought it was. Everything's fixable, but yeah, that sucks. Crumpled over here. You see it's lower on the passenger side, which I couldn't see any of this because it was in a very tight garage. And the rear hatch wouldn't open, so that's why the WD-40's out. Well, I got all the stuff out of the interior and boxes and everything else that I got with the car. Came with this nice little fan, garage fan, that works just fine. Came with a tire iron, brand new can of WD-40, which is ridiculously expensive these days. spray adhesive, a printed manual, service manual, the original service manual from the car, warranty information, owner's manual. I think I already mentioned I got the 2 Sparco seats, 2 new door panels, Sparco mounting hardware, the original leather seats, which are split. They're worse than I thought they were originally, but whatever. Tons of additional hardware that I have no clue what it goes to. Looks like some things have been replaced. Appears to be a mechanical fuel pump, but I thought this was electric only. Good news is it comes with a brand new Bosch electric fuel pump. Starter, coil, looks like plug wires, a couple hoses. Might be a power steering pump or something there. That's the shifter. Got new power steering fan, exhaust gaskets, some seals, wheel bearings, brand new. There's the mess of carpet, both old and new. Came with a carpet kit that's all hacked up because apparently it didn't fit very well, so probably not usable. I think these are headlight covers. They're either raw metal or silver paint. Dash, console, glove box, rear view mirror. That box there has a bunch more carpet. So yeah, that's quite a bit of stuff. I'm pretty happy about all the new parts over there that I don't have to buy myself. Oh yeah, and then obviously the original phone dial, as I just recently learned these are called, wheels, which I like these a lot. So I'm probably gonna put those back on. So that's all cleaned out. The interior is fairly well cleaned, or at least all the big stuff's out. I'm gonna come in here and vacuum it, but all the things are gone, so there's room to work now. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to swap out that sensor, see if it'll fire up. I've got a light on it now. You can see those 2 sensors with the Allen head screws on them. The one on the right, I believe, is the one that needs to be replaced. And I watched a video. There are 2 bolts going into the block. You can see one there, and then I think the other one's hidden under that. There's an adjustment, and in order to get the adjustment right, the video recommended gluing a 0.8 millimeter washer to the tip of an old sensor, which I'm a little worried now because this there were already 2 of these things. Yeah, here's the other one. There are already 2 of them in that parts bin, so it didn't look like these had been replaced before, but either he just had some spares or they already had, but that looks pretty old to me, like it hasn't been touched in a while. So I have a brand new one, put it on and see what happens. A couple seconds later, I don't think the sensor is the problem. That is the mating connector. That's quite a bit of corrosion, which would explain why jiggling the handle helped. So, question is, can I fudge that connector? There is not a lot of service loop, so that's gonna be a pain to get to, even more so than the sensor itself. There's no slack in that, that big thick boy right there is where that wire goes into. Interesting. All right, before I seal things up, I ended up cutting pretty far back on the wiring harness, and turns out, looks like there's probably a voltage and a return, or a a signal and a return, and then the third wire is just shielding around the 2 wires to prevent noise on that signal. So I am hoping that what I did was I cut it back pretty far, And then I just stripped some copper wire and wrapped it around the 2 wires that I've lengthened. And then I cut the connectors on both ends, and then I'm just going to directly solder. So what I mean by shield, there's a bare stranded wire that wraps around these other 2 wires, and you can see 2 smaller things. Those are just filled with fiberglass. And it's only on the sensor end, it's not on the harness end. So I just cut those back, and fingers crossed this works. Kind of just have things temporarily done. I haven't shrink wrapped all the wiring yet. I just want to kind of see if it'll fire. So, moment of truth. That makes me happy. We're gonna try for the maiden voyage. I've got camera mounted on a tripod with some loose chain on it. I've got the seat rigged in here with 1 bolt in, the old seat, not the Sparco, not the nice ones. And does not want to lock in place, so this is gonna be super safe. Belt. Well guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I got a few parts on order. Gas shocks for the rear hatch, new pigtail ends for that sensor that I just rigged together. Don't remember what else I've bought at this point, but yeah, lots of work to do on this one still. Got to figure out what I'm going to do about that body damage in the rear. Interior wise, I'm kind of thinking no carpet. Maybe do like a rhino lining or something if that helps with some of the noise. Definitely need new exhaust. And then the dash, I got to figure out. I don't want it to look too radical, but I kind of want to do some modern stuff to it. You know, stereo navigation, rear camera, maybe push button start. I don't know. We'll see. Definitely got to do something different than what it looks like now, though. So anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.